and good evening, everyone. My name is Oluyole Ibukolwa Christabel, and you're tuned into Obidati Family TV. And currently, you're watching As Ide Hot, a program where we give you real-time updates on the Nigerian political scene. With me in the studio today, I have...
Wisdom Uzoma. It's good to have you here today.
Okay, so I don't know, Wisdom, I don't know, viewers, if you have been keeping up with the trends. Yeah. I feel like for the past few days, we've been giving you back-to-back updates, but let's just do a refresher for people who have not been that current. You do know that recently the APC campaign is going, what I say, is up in flames with several theories that are suggesting conflict within their ranks.
Yes.
And in fact, we're having quite a significant number of headlines covering these allegations, theories, and all sorts of things are happening. So we'll have it projected soon. Apparently, the idea is, okay, let's read out the headline.
Okay.
Tinubu's presidential bid versus theories of APC working against self. Tinubu's presidential bid versus theories of APC working against. Even before the outburst by the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Abeokuta on Wednesday, there has been unease among some members of the ruling party whether the recent Central Bank of Nigeria CBN monetary policies, lingering fuel crisis, increase in electricity tariff, among other policies, were not targeted at jeopardizing chances of the party and their candidate in the February 25th election. While some party stalwarts while some party stalwarts said President Buhari has nothing against Tinubu succeeding him, others expressed doubts about the commitment of Mr. President to the campaign. They claim that his actions so far do not indicate serious commitment. Although President Buhari has said he supports the candidate and has joined in campaigns, his half-hearted pledge was coming after critical stakeholders cried out that the decision to redesign the Naira note at this critical period of the election might be antithetical to Tinubu and the party's chances. Okay, so I feel like we should stop there and just discuss what we have gathered so far. So basically, the idea is that there are theories that are weighing in, there are theories that are suggesting that there is some trouble within the APC ranks. For example, like the current president is from that party.
Yes.
And there have been some statements made by the presidential candidate in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, suggesting that the recent policies that have been made under the Buhari administration were somewhat targeted against the success of his campaign. And people have been throwing back and forth. What do you think?
Well, I think, like I told you yesterday, I honestly don't feel bothered about what is happening in the APC, honestly. I don't even like mentioning the party's name. Yes. But the truth is, I don't know why they feel bad about the redesign of the new Naira note.
Yes, it shouldn't be problematic
it shouldn't be a problem concerning their campaign. Now, the price, the hike in fuel price, you know, it's what they should be talking about, telling the people, just like our principal is doing, like Peter B is doing, telling the people that, see, when I come in as the president of Nigeria, I'm going to make things better. You know, that should be what they should be talking about.
Yes, it's true.
I don't know the reason why they keep complaining about the hike in price. Now the new design, the Naira redesign, there is something I feel they are not telling us. I feel probably they think you know, people always allege that they do the vote buying. So probably they have stocked a lot of money they want to use in vote buying. And that is why they think, well, since this money has been redesigned, they will find it very difficult, you know, to bring out the money they have, you know, and the rest of them. But whatever is happening to them there, well, it should keep happening to them.
For me, I'm just, the news, I always find the news somewhat entertaining. In fact, very entertaining, because if there's anything that the consistent conflicts within their ranks proves to us, it's that there is disunity
amongst them.
Yes, and where there is no oneness, one must ask themselves, how possible would it be for these people who cannot stay together during this short-lived campaign? How possible would it be for them to administer a nation to greatness?
Honestly, they have kept us, the same party, they have kept us in dark for a very long time.
very
Look
long
at the way
time.
the country is. And they keep, you know, what they are doing now is actually showing that if given the opportunity again, it will be terrible for Nigerians, honestly.
In fact, if they carry this chaos,
yes.
if they carry this chaos that they are exhibiting during campaigns into, if ever, which they will not, of course,
yes.
somehow, in some version of reality, get into the position of power as president, if they carry this chaos there, I feel like Nigerians will be in for another round of very disheartening years, you know, in coming times. But then we thank God that there will be no way that will happen, because we know that the Obidati campaign and Nigerians will vote right this season. So
you know, a lot of people will be wondering, why are we saying this? Why actually are we talking about the other parties and so on? You know, we need to do that so that people will begin to, for some that are still in the dark, they need to begin to see what is happening in this people's camp.
Of course.
You know, so if you are going to give your life to them again, well, it's in your hands. It's your choice.
It's your choice.
You know, it's your choice, because looking at what they are doing, the disunity, the uncoordinated, you know, acts and activities amongst them, if you ever think of giving your vote to them, the next 4 years will be a terrible one for you, honestly.
It's this thing that's very popular on relationship Twitter, where they talk about how people see red flags and choose to ignore the red flag.
Yeah.
I mean, these are red flags, and anybody will get, I suppose, don't see them by now. That
honestly.
This is not going to be a crude option, but then it's up to you to make an intelligent and objective decision when it comes to your candidate of choice.
Yes.
So let's move on to further news. Let's move on to further news.
Yes.
This is indeed hot.
All right. This morning we had our principal moving to Abuja. You remember that yesterday he was at Bauchi.
Yeah.
Yes, he was at Bauchi. He had a town hall meeting. He had a fantastic rally. We had a mammoth crowd there in Bauchi. But today, in the morning, he quickly rushed to University of Abuja. But first of all, he had a breakfast meeting with the Vice Chancellor of University of Abuja, Professor Abdul Rashid Na'Allah, you know, in his office. He actually told the VC that every nation survives by the type of leadership it has. A leadership that is sacrificial, visionary and adaptive. Honestly,
that was so apt.
Yes, that was his statement.
That is so apt.
When talking about what he said, you know, this is a man that every day he is on the streets. He is meeting people. He is consulting. He is speaking to people, you know, and on his desire to transform Nigeria. Imagine moving from Gombe to Bauchi to Abuja to Kano to Kaduna to everywhere. He keeps moving every day.
Yeah.
You know, that's to show you that this is a man that, you know, he sacrifices a lot.
The vibrancy and the commitment to the nation is you know, astonishing.
Yes.
It really is. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Can I give you an honest bit? Okay, so when the presidential elections were upon us, initially when the campaigning began, I'm not going to lie, for years I have been politically apathetic. I didn't just, because I've been used to disappointment. So I was just thinking, I'm not ready to, I have trust issues. So when the P2B campaign started to go around P2B, I was like, is this another rave? Is this people just trending again? It took me listening to one of his speeches for my mind to change. Because left to me, I would not be interested in anybody. But when I listened, I realized that these are not just those lofty promises that we are given every time an election is due that we don't see happening. This is somebody who has an actual plan. I am pretty certain that our principal in the person of Peter Obi has like a full-blown strategy for his, you know, when somebody has every step planned out.
Yes.
And I decided, you know what, for somebody to have this credible plan, I will take the step to trust this because this is an intentional person. I feel like he's an intentional man. So he has my vote too.
Honestly,
he really does.
All right, and immediately after that, he went to the town hall. He had a town hall meeting.
Okay.
Yes, he had a town hall meeting. That's not the one on the screen, actually. He had a town hall meeting. Yes, with the students, not just the students, actually. He had a town hall meeting with parents, students, you know, and lecturers of University of Abuja.
That is awesome.
Yes, and you need to see, I saw a couple of the videos, and you need to see the way the students were so excited to have him. You know, they were just chanting his name. Immediately he came to the podium to address them, they were just shouting his name. Wow. They were so excited. And then immediately after, he had to he had a meeting with some representatives of CNN and Al Jazeera, you know, some news agencies. He had a meeting with them, and there he was telling them his dreams, you know, what he intends to do for Nigeria, you know. But we're going to take that. We're going to see that. Okay, it's on the screen already. Yeah, he said, we will constitute an all-Nigerian government and draw people from all walks of life to form a government that will turn Nigeria around. This is what we want to see. We want to see, we have a lot of Nigerians in diaspora, you know, that are doing very, very well, you know, for people in other countries, and we want to see that thing replicated in Nigeria. And from what he's saying, I believe that he will be bringing in these special Nigerians, technocrats who are doing well in other parts of the world to come in and transform Nigeria.
Give us what we need. Give us what we need.
That's it. And transform Nigeria. And the other, in the other part again, he said, we must tackle food insecurity. Yes. We must tackle food insecurity and weak currency. Okay, you can read that. You can read that.
We must tackle food insecurity and weak currency to turn the country around. We must cut cost of governance and fight corruption simultaneously. Let me tell you, this is the highlight for me. Cutting cost of governance. Because governance in Nigeria is incredibly and unnecessarily expensive.
Honestly.
I feel like a bulk of our resources is going to servicing people who do not deserve that, you know, get your pay. Of course, a laborer is worthy of his hire. So yes, when you work, you're supposed to be paid. But the extensive allocations, the unnecessary benefits, you know, the over-replicated benefits, sitting allowance for this, allowance for that. I mean, it's your job. You're supposed to do it. How much allowing are they allowing you for just doing your job aside your salary? It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. I feel like if we scrap the unnecessary, the replicated positions, the payments that are in governance, we'll be able to see more of what our resources are going to.
Yeah, and when he was a governor, he did that in Anambra State. Yes. We saw that even his escorts were reduced drastically. The number of people that goes out with him, you know, well, he reduced them, you know. Until today, he never received a pension. He's the only former governor, ex-governor that doesn't receive
pension.
Yes, pension. You know, he doesn't receive all those things. Now, not just that, you know, talking about the cutting the cost of governance. There are a lot that needs to be done in that.
So much.
A lot that needs to be done in that, honestly. Well, let's continue with the tweets, please. Let's see the rest of them so that he made a lot. He said a lot of statements. He made a lot of statements.
Very, very apt statements.
Yes.
Very, very impactful.
Honestly, I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I just can't wait, honestly. Yes, we have another one there. He said, the bulk of SMEs will be driven by youths. This is very necessary. Very important. The bulk of SMEs will be driven by youths as a means of tackling youth unemployment. Our fourth industrial revolution will hinge on youth involvement. And this is one of the reasons why we've seen the youths, you know, making the bulk of, you know, constituting the bulk of the people that follow him. Because, you know, if they are not properly taken care of, it's a very big problem, honestly. It results to a lot of youth restiveness that we see, you know, across the country these days, you know, because they are not properly taken care of. Youths need, you know, soft loans that will help them, you know, build their small scale enterprise, you know. So thank God these things are...
Like, for example, it's not really admissible because I have friends who have tried to start up businesses and start up things, you know, young men and women,
and they are not encouraged,
ideas, and there is no resource.
Yeah,
you know, like I had a business plan I sat on for months. I was thinking, where do I find the capital to pursue this? Now, the fact that you cannot walk into a bank and collect a loan easily
without a collateral
as a Nigerian, a business loan, there's no small business grants. There are things that should be able, and because the youths are not put to work, that's why we have an increase in crime rate. That's why we are having cyber fraud. Because come on, you have to survive somehow.
Of course.
If there's no provision made for you, you will go through any means to make provision for yourself. So this is a foolproof plan. And for me, I just can't wait to see this happen.
Honestly.
I can't wait to see this
happen.
Yeah,
honestly,
Truly,
we cannot just wait
I
to
can't wait to see this happen.
Him becoming the president of Nigeria come May 29th. Well, we'll go on a slight commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Don't forget that it is still Obi Dati Family TV. And don't forget, it's been acid hot. And I'm Wisdom Uzoma today with Christabel Oluyole. And it's been a very wonderful one today. We've been giving you the updates on Peter Obi's movement. Earlier on today, we told you that he went to Abuja, the University of Abuja, where he met not just the Vice Chancellor, but the students, parents, and lecturers in University of Abuja. And there are positive tweets that people have kept on, you know, talking or discussing about, you know. So we will just share them now so that you see how excited, you know, a lot of people feel about Peter Obi. A lot of them can't just wait to see him become the president of Nigeria come May the 29th. Let's have them. Someone there, this is C. Metu, he said, my president. Honestly, he cannot just wait. Yes, he can't just wait. And Dr. Ola Adewale Taiwo said, Mr. Obi, Nigeria is the destiny, Nigeria and the destiny of Nigerians. Okay, you can take that.
Okay, so Dr. Ola Adewale Taiwo says, Mr. Obi, Nigeria and the destiny of Nigerians are bigger than your personal ambition. Where is this going? You cannot be the right-hand boy of people like OBJ, Abdulsalam Abubakar and expect sound minds to support your candidacy to president. It's an insult on democracy. Step down honorably.
Well, I think this is just one amongst those who are not...
But let's really analyze his comment. Like, this advice that he gave our principal, Peter Obi, that's the advice he needs to give opposing parties, because truly in the course of these campaigns, which campaign has been an insult to democracy in your opinion?
Yes.
From your evaluation?
I think he's just been a little bit biased. He's been a little bit biased. He's not just been honest with himself, because if he truly